Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurions review, the punk rock band of Wargame Review Institutions. This is Mig Killers, and the authors are Kurdic and Russo. It's an accurate simulation of jet combat through the 1980s. It says Lou Zacci presents. I don't know who Lou Zacci is. I looked on Board Game Geek. He's not one of the designers, so I don't know if he's the developer or what, but the publisher is a game science publisher. So Mig Killers is a game of tactical jet combat covering some 36 years of history. Each player controls one or more jet fighters in simulated combat. Each turn covers the variables of acceleration, climbing, and diving, G-forces and turns, and the highly complex missile and gun systems of modern aircraft. Basically, a player determines what his aircraft will do and then moves the aircraft counter on the board. The objective of the game is to shoot down the enemy aircraft. 4 different solitaire scenarios are provided to help acquaint the player with the game, and many actual historical battles are laid out so that the players may recreate actual fights. Game scale, each turn's 5 seconds, and the game usually lasts up to 15 turns. Alright, now let's talk about the aircraft data cards, what's on them. We'll get to those in a bit. And there's an aircraft control sheet. Here's the basic game sequence. Perform spotting and to determine what aircraft moved in what order, in other words, the initiative. Each player now performs the following phases when it's time to move his aircraft: missile fire phase, accelerate, decelerate phase, climb, dive phase, turn rate, G-force phase, movement phase, banking phase, gun combat resolution, infrared missile resolution, radar missile resolution, and stall recovery. And it's going into spotting and initiative and movement in more detail. And it's going over combat here, and these look like the firing arcs. And so the basic rules are about 6 pages, and then the advanced rules start. Advanced rules have the G-forces and turns and stalls and lag rolls. And here's some solitaire scenarios such as cruise missile, Foxbat, SAM, and bombers. And here's your aircraft control sheet. On the back, it's got a spotting table with the modifiers and the turn sequence again, the initiative precedence. Looks like they got another one for the other player. Actually, they got 3 of them, 4 of them. And now you got some new charts here. Missile fire hit probability table, target aspect numbers, how to calculate a missile attack, gunfire hit and damage tables, and critical damage tables. And then climb and dive table, and a climb dive vector table. And here you have so what we just had. Yeah, that's what we just had. So it's just for the other player. So it looks like you got 3 of them. No, not more than 3. Looks like you got 4. And it goes into how to generate dog fights. And here's some optional rules, such as fuel, ace status, ECM pods, and a bunch of historical scenarios. I think it said there was like 40 of them. Alright, here's the counters. Counters, I think this game's from like the 1970s. It's about what I'd expect from the 1970s. Here's the map. Either it's a really thin paper material, or the map is made out of newspaper material. One of the two. It seems kind of like a newspaper material. I think the choice of colors, the gray on the map, looks god awful, to be honest. They could have just had a all white map, would have probably looked better, or a blue map or something. It looks like they're trying to save money. Right here, this here is actual newspaper material. This is the data cards for all the different aircraft. There's quite a few here. I guess you can cut out the individual cards if you want to. He also has part of the expansion kit. It looks like some of the expansion part of it's missing. Here's some of the counters. I don't know if you're supposed to glue these or what. But yeah, this, I don't know what happened here. It looks like a bunch of the material came off or something. This is really weird. Yeah, so it looks like it's missing the 2 scenarios. Or are they on the back here? Oh, here's the additional scenarios. They are on the back here. All right. Rodan versus the Japanese Air Self-Defense Force and Firefox. Interesting. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please click like on it. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel. And as you've probably heard, I'm selling used board games on my website. And I also have a wish list of stuff that I'm buying. So have a good evening.